Hi there, this is Datila, and welcome to its Wrestling Time Post Show. It is September 16, 2024, and tonight I'll be talking about Monday Night Raw. Alright, so let's kick things off talking about the CM Punk promo. He actually opened Monday Night Raw, and I really liked this promo. I think Punk showed a lot of emotion, and I think he was very serious in this promo. He's basically talking about his rivalry with Drew McIntyre and about how the only way for this to end is in Hell in a Cell. Remember last week on Raw, CM Punk wasn't there, but Adam Pearce basically told Drew McIntyre that this is going to end at Hell in the Cell. And I like the fact that CM Punk brings up the fact that his sister and his wife told him not to do this, and he's talking about how many matches he's got potentially has left and stuff like that. And he promises that he's not going to kill Drew McIntyre, but he does promise he will make Drew McIntyre bleed. I really hope there's blood in this Hell in the Cell match. I think it's been a while since we had blood inside an actual Hell in the Cell match, so I'm really looking forward to this. This definitely should be the main event of Bad Blood. I want to see someone get thrown off that cage. But basically Punk is prepared to end this. He's prepared to end this feud with McIntyre. He tells McIntyre that if he's prepared for the end, you will see him in hell. So this is really good. I cannot wait. But what did you guys think of this promo? Are you guys looking forward to CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre? Let me know in the comments or in the live chat. We get a Sheamus interview, and he's basically just talking about Pete Dunne. Talking about the fact that Pete Dunne doesn't like to be called Butch, and talking about the fact that Pete Dunne took away his dream of winning the IC title because Sheamus was a part of those triple threat qualifying matches, but because Dunne got involved, Sheamus' opportunity went up in smoke. So they have Sheamus versus Pete Dunne. This was actually a really great match. Pete Dunne and Sheamus pretty much know each other. I like the spot where he countered the 10 beats to the Baron, and he's the first time. And that power slam off the second rope was actually a pretty cool spot. But Pete Dunne cheated in this match. He distracted the ref. Well, the ref was distracted, and he hit Sheamus with the giant cricket bat, and then hit him with the big boot. So Pete Dunne was victorious. I don't think this feud between Sheamus and Pete Dunne is over, especially after this. There's no way this feud is just going to end like that. Definitely think Sheamus is coming back for revenge after that. So we get a Terror Twin segment. And one of the things I like about this is you have Xavier Woods, and this plays a factor into what happens later on in the night. Xavier Woods basically telling Damian Priest that, the New Day does not need help against the Judgment Day, and that they want to go at this alone and stuff like that. And even Jey Uso tells Damian Priest he's going to have his eyes on the match. So, Xavier Woods, New Day seems to be on the rocks as of late. And what Xavier Woods told Damian Priest here plays into what happens in their match. So you get another Strowman. You get another segment. This one featuring of Braun Strowman and The Miz. And basically they're just talking about his match with Bronson. Reading about how Strowman brought up the fact that Miz was no match for Bronson Reed. Now I honestly think all these little things happening with The Miz are a slow burn for him to once again turn heel. I feel like Awesome Truth has ran its course. They came together in the storyline leading up to WrestleMania. They won the tag titles. Now that they've lost the tag titles, I think that storyline ran its course. So it's only a matter of time before The Miz turns heel again. We get Natalya versus Zoey Stark. I wasn't really a huge fan of this. This was an okay match, but I didn't really care for it. WWE really hasn't done anything to make me care about this, so it's unfortunate because I think Natalya is very talented and Zoey Stark is talented too. It's just, I don't They really hasn't done much to get me to invest in this. So, Rhea Ripley's supposed to be interviewed by Kathy Kelly backstage, but she doesn't even get a chance to answer questions because Finn Balor interrupts. And he brings up he's basically blaming Rhea and Priest for him not being world champion last year, for only caring about herself, and for pretty much everything that's happened with Judgment Day over the last 3 months. And Finn Balor admits that he was the one who was pulling the strings with Liv and Dom, basically saying that he was convincing Dom to side with Liv and betray Rhea, pretty much. Now, I did like the little interaction with Jey when he interrupts, and Finn Balor kind of tells him he's out of his league, and Rhea tells him he should focus on becoming IC champion. So I thought that was a little hilarious moment between them. Speaking of Jey Uso, we do get a promo with Jey Uso, and he has an interaction with Braun Breaker, which was actually a really good segment between them. You felt like the heat in this. I like the fact that Braun Breaker brings up the fact that Jey Uso has been in the WWE for 14 years, yet he hasn't done much as a singles competitor. And I mentioned that last week, that he's called main event Jey Uso, but really, what has he done as a singles competitor? He's just there. Yeah, he's main evented. Yeah, he's competing Money in the Bank. Yeah, he's challenged for titles. But he's just there. He hasn't won singles gold yet. And I do like the fact also too that Braun Breaker mentions that he didn't need his family name, his family. He did this without the help of his uncle or his father. His father obviously being Rick Steiner and his uncle being Scott Steiner. And the fact that he said he didn't need the family name, well, he's Braun Breaker, not Braun Steiner. So I really like that part of the promo. I also like the fact that you guys know Braun Breaker was in the NFL. Jey Uso mentioning that it might be short and sweet like Breaker's NFL career, and I was like, damn, he went there. You could see where Braun Breaker's face, he was just like, wow, you went there. I thought that was great. And with Jey spearing Braun Breaker, that was good. This was a really great segment. I enjoyed this. Now, is Jey Uso going to defeat Braun Breaker? The match is happening next week on Raw. It's probably going to main event. I'm surprised this doesn't happen at Bad Blood, but does this mean Jay's going to actually defeat Braun Breaker? Or is Braun Breaker just going to pummel through Jey? I guess I have to wait and find out. I mean, I personally think that Braun Breaker is going to beat Jey Uso, but given the fact that Braun Breaker pretty much brought up the fact that Jey Uso really hasn't done much as a singles competitor, I could kind of see them giving the belt to Jey here, but I don't know. And I think this is going to be very interesting next week. But what do you guys think? Is Jey Uso taking the IC title off of Braun Breaker? Let me know in the comment section or in the live chat. We get an Iyo Sky segment, and she's basically challenging Bianca because Kairi Sane is not able to because of her eye. So, and that sets up a match later on in the night. We get the tag team title matches, a New Day versus Judgment Day, and the match itself was good, but it was the story that they were telling in here that was even better. So, guys know Judgment Day. I just don't think it's time for Braun Breaker to lose the title. Yeah, it's too soon. I agree. So you guys know, Judgment Day always has the numbers advantage, the numbers game here, and that's no surprise here. The rest of Judgment Day, Liv, Dom, and Carlito all come out. And LWO also come out. And Kofi takes out everybody on the outside. Now, because he does this, the ref is distracted with everything that's going on the outside, and he does not see when Xavier Woods does the elbow to JD, and that match is pretty much won by the New Day, but the ref is just too busy trying to figure out what's going on the outside that there's no one to count to 3, and so Judgment Day ends up winning this. And at the very end, Xavier Woods is just super pissed at Kofi Kingston. You can hear him say that he's tired of him. And so this leads into a Kofi Kingston interview where basically Xavier Woods confronts him about the LWO being out there. And I really like the fact that Kofi Kingston mentioned Big E. He basically says that they need help since they don't have Big E. And this upsets Xavier because Xavier says, why do they need, they can't do it without Big E. So I really do think New Day is heading for a split here. Maybe Xavier Woods is the one that turns heel. Maybe Kofi Kingston is the one that's face. Or maybe, plot twist, Kofi Kingston's the heel and Xavier Woods is the face. But based on everything that they're doing, it seems like Xavier Woods is going to be the heel on this. But I wonder what's going to be like the blow off. Like what's going to finally cause Xavier Woods to snap. And this ties into earlier, because remember, earlier in the night, Xavier Woods had told Damian Priest not to be out there, that they want to do this by himself, but yet Kofi Kingston went behind his back and got the LWO involved. So, this is definitely going to lead to a split of the New Day. That's for sure. We get a good Bronson Reed promo, and he's basically just talking about all the people he's taken out and about Braun Strowman, how Braun Strowman's going to be a victim of his. Now, we're supposed to get Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed, but the match never officially starts. But this was really, really good. I mean, Bronson Reed snapped the top rope after he ran into it. Freaking Bronson Reed threw a fan onto Braun Strowman, that poor fan. They went through the barricade. It was just ruckus all around. When Strowman was in the ring, Bronson Reed was with the security. Braun Strowman was tossing security and tipping over that car, the security car, which caused the camera to go out. And then, Bronson Reed does the tsunami to Strowman through some tables, and medical personnel end up checking on Strowman and Bronson Reed. This segment was crazy. I actually really like the segment. They need to do more of this stuff. But this was good. I mean, we didn't get a match, but it was still a really great segment. That fan must have been a Jey Uso fan because he got Yeah, he must have been. He did have the Jey Uso shirt. So we get a Kaiser segment. He's basically just asking Adam Pearce to find an opponent for Gunter because Gunter's avoiding Sami Zayn. Speaking of Sami Zayn, we get a Sami Zayn promo. This is just your typical Sami Zayn babyface promo. There really wasn't much to hear that he said, except for the fact that it seemed like he was trying to separate Kaiser from Gunter. And again, Gunter comes out, and pretty much Kaiser attacks Sami Zayn, and Gunter once again declines Sami Zayn's challenge. But this was just a run-of-the-mill Sami Zayn babyface promo. We get a Damian Priest interview, and he's interrupted by Liv. He calls her sucia, which basically means dirty in Spanish. We get Bianca Belair versus Iyo Sky, and actually this was a really great match. I actually really like this match. I liked it a lot better than I did Natalya versus Zoey Stark. We need to get more women's matches like this. This was really great. I feel like Bianca and Iyo Sky were both evenly matched, and their styles meshed up so well. This was great. Iyo Sky was victorious, and Bianca was completely shocked. But this was good. We need more of this. This is the type of women's match I want to see. So, again, we get another segment with Damian Priest, and he's just preparing for his match. And Priest tells Rhea he's going to tear that lame Judgment Day apart. We get a Ludwig Kaiser interview, and he's basically saying that he's going to expose Sami Zayn in front of the world, and basically says that Sami will never be a world champion. We get an interesting Ilja Dragunov segment because, Judgment Day approaches him, and Finn Balor basically warns him to be careful who he chooses his friends to be, who he chooses as his friends. And then next time the message won't be delivered so nicely. So I wonder if we might get potentially a Finn Balor Ilja Dragunov feud here. Because, that was an interesting segment. At least I thought so. So we had Damian Priest versus Dominik Mysterio. This is the main event. And this is a decent match, but again, it kind of frustrates me. And I've talked about this. Like, okay, you have Judgment Day. There's 5 people in Judgment Day. And you have Rhea and Damian Priest. And now it seems like you got Jey Uso. Okay, that's 3 against 5. How is it that 2 people can pretty much overpower, like, Judgment Day? And when you look at the way Judgment Day was booked, when it was Priest, Balor, Dom, and Rhea, it's like night and day. Like, this Judgment Day, the way it's being booked, I don't really like this versions of Judgment Day and their booking. Like, their booking makes them look, how can I say this? Like, it doesn't make them look good. Like, how is it that 5 people can be overtaken by 2 people? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Damian Priest may have won this match, and then Judgment Day attacked him, but why is Damian Priest winning this match? Like, Judgment Day has a numbers game. They should have made it so that Dom won this match, and which is why I disagree with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley winning at Bash in Berlin. They should have lost if this feud was still going to continue. So I'm really not liking the booking of this new Judgment Day. I don't think that they're looking good at all. That's just my opinion. You guys can feel free to disagree with me. But yeah, match was okay, but I just feel like, how are 2 people getting the upper hand on 5 people? Like, seriously, that should not be happening. And so at the end, like I said, Judgment Day attacked Damian Priest, and Jey came out to try to help them, but he was speared by a Braun Breaker. So he didn't even get a chance to get in there. And Judgment Day stood tall to close Monday Night Raw. So if the way things keep going, Judgment Day is not going to end up running Monday Night Raw. They keep getting overtaken by 2 people, seriously. But overall, I did really enjoy tonight's Raw. It was a really great show. There were a couple things I disliked, but great show overall. So a scale from a 1 to a Sean Spears perfect 10. I'd say give this an 8 out of 10. That was a pretty decent Raw. I dislike the Natalya versus Zoey Stark match. And I really, like I said, was not a fan of just not a fan of the Judgment Day booking here. But aside from that, I thought it was a really great Raw. Alright. So with that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys Wednesday after AEW Dynamite. Bye.